Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called 8 must-try German sausages and where in Germany to eat them. Well, I think that if one thing that Germany is known for, I think is their sausages. I think they're just very famous. They're very good, for a good reason. But I'm excited, so let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
Germany is well known for its sausages, but did you know that German sausages come in many different sizes, shapes and colors? From the classic Bratwurst to Blutwurst, there are many different types of sausages throughout Germany. In this video, we are going to share with you the top 8 must-try German sausages and where the best region to eat each of them is. Number 1. Bratwurst.
This is the more famous.
The classic Bratwurst can be found everywhere throughout Germany. From Christmas markets to local beer gardens, this sausage dates back to the early 1300s. In Germany, a Bratwurst is usually made of pork and not beef. It is the original German fast food, and often you can get a Bratwurst in a bread roll.
It's kind of ridiculous, the size of the bread compared with the sausage.
Called Bratwurst im Brötchen. Or if you get it at a restaurant, it often comes with potatoes or some type of cabbage.
You will always find Bratwurst im Brötchen at Christmas markets and summer fairs in Germany. Okay, mit Senf oder Ketchup?
Mustard.
Like mustard.
Senf, natürlich. Halb.
This is insane.
So this is basically the standard German
It's crazy. I get half of the sausages outside the bread.
Bratwurst, which is pork meat and it comes in a bread roll. I actually prefer ketchup on mine.
Oh. Interesting.
Very standard sausage. It's kind of good, especially in the bread roll. This is the good old classic, the German Bratwurst. Also, why is Bratwurst one of the first words everybody learns about in the German language?
There's something about these types of atmospheres that really call for a nice, juicy Bratwurst.
Number 2, Weißwurst. A more unique type of German sausage is a Weißwurst, which literally translates to white sausage. This sausage comes from the south of Germany and is a traditional Bavarian sausage made from minced veal and pork back bacon. It usually has a more
I think it's a very strong flavor.
Herbal flavor with parsley, lemon, cardamom and ginger. These sausages are...
I didn't know it had cardamom and ginger. I think those are probably, I associate those spices, I think, with desserts, not sausages.
In water and usually served with Bavarian sweet mustard. There is a debate on whether you eat it with or without the skin. Some people peel it off or even suck it off, while other people eat it with the skin.
Yes,
so we came out to the beer garden in the English Garden in Munich, and Diana is finally going to try some white sausage, Bavarian Weißwurst. We got some normal mustard and some sweet mustard, and moment of truth.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow! Oh, is that what they are?
Don't they look impressive?
They look like white turds. Here we go.
Well, it's a white sausage. Oh, you didn't like it?
It's a little more flavorful than I expected. It looks very vanilla, plain, but there's some nice herbs in it. It's a very airy style of sausage, and if you're in Munich and Bavaria, it's definitely worth a try. They are very loyal to their Weißwurst there.
Yeah. Number 3, Frankfurter Würstchen. The Frankfurter Würstchen is an iconic type of German sausage. It is a parboiled pork sausage. While the name states the origin of Frankfurt,
can you make sausage technically out of every single meat?
You can find it all over Germany. It is similar to a Wiener Würstchen, but the classic Wiener Würstchen has beef and pork in it. It's a classic beer garden Wurst and usually served with a nice potato salad.
The Frankfurter is similar to the hot dog that we have in America, although it's usually longer here in Germany, but most of the time it's not served on a soft, sweet hot dog bun. However, when Germans decide to make hot dogs, they mostly use these Frankfurters.
Oh, too?
And you can even find these in glass jars at the supermarkets.
If there's one thing the bun doesn't need, is 2 sausages. It's way too big.
In Germany.
They even have veggie Würstchen for people who don't eat meat. Look, it's vegetarian.
My God. I love it.
Number 4, Currywurst.
Oh, this is so popular as well.
It's hard to talk about German sausages without talking about currywurst. Currywurst is a dish that consists of sliced up German pork sausage topped with curry ketchup and curry powder. And it's usually served with fries. It originated in the international
I thought the curry was inside the sausage.
city of Berlin, but it can be found all throughout Germany.
Yeah, I'm having a German currywurst with a white bread roll. It's like a chopped up bratwurst and then the curry ketchup with curry powder on top of it. And I actually like it a little better than the pure bratwurst. So here we go.
Oh, really? It's funny, it's always the bread roll. Why do you need this bread roll?
I just remember as a kid I like the curry ketchup more than the tomato ketchup. Currywurst is a dish that just about every German has eaten. It is one of the most popular German fast food options and over time has gotten quite the reputation. You can find curry ketchup in the supermarkets and I know people who put that stuff on everything.
They even have some currywurst spice challenges that we did at an Imbiss in Berlin. That was so spicy that I cried from the millions of Scoville.
Sounds awful.
Nürnberger Rostbratwurst.
Nürnberger Rostbratwurst is one of my favorite types of sausages in Germany. They are these finger-sized roasted sausages that pack a lot of flavor. It's a pork sausage that is usually seasoned with spices like ginger, cardamom, and lemon, and usually served with mustard. They are from the city of Nuremberg, and every time we even pass through the city, we have to stop and eat some.
Ooh, that's a juicy version.
You can order these as takeaway saying 3 im Wegler for 3 sausages on a bread roll with some mustard. And if you eat in, potato salad is often the preferred side. Number 6, Blutwurst. Blutwurst is for the more daring foodies out there since it literally translates to blood sausage. This type of sausage is made of congealed blood, which may not sound too appetizing, but it's pretty good. It's made from, surprise, surprise, pork and then seasoned with different spices.
That's a Whopper.
Oh, wow, that's fat.
That's a Whopper of a slice, and there's a good amount of tongue in there. See the resemblance?
It comes as a solid sausage or as a mushy, spreadable kind of paste. You can find this type of sausage all throughout Germany. When we first visited Germany, I made Diana try some Blutwurst from my hometown.
They use the rind, they use the bacon, they use pork meat and pork blood to make this sausage.
This is way too extreme for a lot of people, including me.
That's not bad at all.
Oh.
Well, good for you.
I've heard of black pudding before, but blood sausages were not an everyday staple in my diet in the US.
Yes.
Some regions of Germany have their own variations and flavors. Like in the Rhineland area, there is a dish called Himmel und Erde, which serves a Blutwurst mush over potatoes, topped with fried onions and apples on the side. If you're okay with a more mushy texture, you'll really enjoy the flavors in this dish.
At least the onions are fried.
We wanted to remind you to like the video and subscribe for more food videos around the world. If you want to further support us, you can do that on patreon.com/DianaandPhil, where we make additional monthly videos, like behind the scenes of our travels. A quick shout out to our family tier Patreon members: Ethan Mitchell, Heather Kuffner, Hessen Metro, Shar Mills, Tarek Malkosh, Stephanie Ann, Megan Rosati, Klaus Eisart, Lee Lim, Robert J. Casper, Marian Demert, Sherry and Keith Dennis, Jessica Saranzak, Jeff Standen, and Debbie and Ray Gordon. Thank you.
Phil's favorite.
It is really hard for me to pick my favorite German sausage, but I have to mention one that we haven't listed yet, and that is Mettwurst. Mettwurst is a strongly flavored German sausage made of minced pork, and the best variation is smoked.
It's always pork. I think 9 times out of 10, it's pork.
And air-dried. A popular style of eating it is cut up slices on a bread slice and topped with a fried egg.
With an egg.
We call it a Strammer Max, and it is fantastic. As a kid, we always had at least one of those hanging in our basement. It's beautiful, large, thick, and tastes good, and I absolutely love it.
It looks more like a cold cut, so I'm like, shouldn't you cook this? I know it's cooked.
Diana's favorite.
I have to mention the Thuringier Rostbratwurst because it's one of my favorite types of sausages here in Germany. It comes from the state of Thuringia, and it's this delicious, seasoned, hearty sausage. Usually it's made of pork, but sometimes beef as well. It's often prepared by roasting it over charcoal on the grill, and I love it.
Typical Germany.
Tipsy D in the house? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the crunch.
I like how they had all the wieners swinging on this nice metal railing over fire. I like
long dogs. I don't know.
All right.
I like Thuringian sausages. Thuringian.
Exactly.
Thuringia. I absolutely love a Thuringia roast bratwurst from the grill.
Germany is the land of sausages, and of course there are so many more of them. We could dive into liver sausage, Sülze, Bockwurst, cheese sausage variations, and so much more. But for now, this is a good start on some must-try German sausages for those of you visiting Germany for the first time.
Let us know your favorite type of sausage in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, I mean, try a sausage in every state in Germany. It's a fun game to play.
And at every Christmas market.
Yeah.
Putting a pie hole. Oh yeah.
Wow, that sausage at the end was so incredibly big. I was not expecting it. Well, it wasn't that big. It was just very long. I think, well, but at least the bread bun did go along with the longness of the sausage. It was quite huge. I think he was eating it at some point. I don't know. I would think that's for two people, but who knows? I mean, if you're super hungry, yeah, sure. Okay, so I said it. The German sausage. I think it's the more traditional sort of, well, I know there's a lot of German traditional dishes and foods, but I think sausages is one of those things where I think, when you think of Germany, you think of the sausages, right? I think it's impossible not to think of them just because, again, there's so many of them. I think there's obviously there's a lot of variety, but I think ultimately, obviously, they're not really telling you how exactly they're cooked and how they're made. Because when you look at it, they look so different from one and another. Obviously, there's the white one, but the others also look very different. Either, because of the color, the length, the overall sort of, appearance of them. They look so different. But it's funny because when they're mentioning, okay, but what does this sausage has? It's sort of, it's always pork, a lot of times it's pork. Other times I think it's beef or veal. But most of the times it's pork. So I have no idea actually how you go along and make out the sausage making process actually looks like. But it's kind of funny to me that, they're all technically the same. And I think especially when you're sort of telling, this sausage is made out of this and this and that. Obviously the spices, I think, would be the greatest sort of variation. And that's what makes it, taste different, because each and every one of them is going to have either, the one with lemon, I think they put garlic sometimes, pepper, and I don't know what other spices. I don't know. Is it nutmeg? Probably. I don't know. There's a blend of spices. I think is really, go to your heart's content and do whatever your heart feels like it. Measure with your heart. If you feel like, this has to, and I have to put a little curry powder or I have to put a little onion powder here, sure, you go ahead and do your thing. But I think that's what makes it taste, different, I would assume, because a lot of this is pork, so I would assume, everything sort of tastes the same, right? Although I think also the cooking method I think it makes a difference, because if it's boiled, I think it just makes it taste different, because again, I'm trying to think of boiled sausage. I think it's just more true to taste. I think if you grill it, like there was one that it was sort of cooked in sort of over coals. I think that specifically, I think you said, over when you're cooking something on coal, not even on a grill, as in on your stove. If you're cooking something on the grill, I think that makes it, they gives it a sort of a smoky flavor that obviously it's going to taste different, because it's it's sort of the smokiness of the, I think it's just, is it the smoke? I do not know. And sometimes even, I think some of these are, I don't know if this, but I would assume some of these are made when you cook them with sort of, instead of coals, you also put, I think, wood on them. And I think that's also over the coals as well. Or you cook them on wood. And I think that also makes it taste a little bit different. So I do not know. My point is that, I'm interested in the process of how do you make this, because obviously they're all sort of the same, but ultimately they don't really look the same. They taste the same, but they're all made out of the same meat. So how do you actually make it so distinct, as in, what is the process like? However, I have to admit that even though I'm interested in this because I'm intrigued, I'm curious, I also, there's a part of me that's, don't tell me how you make how you make sausages. I think just the process is quite gruesome. I imagine so. I've never seen it made because it's a little, I don't know. I think it's not for the faint of heart. You probably wouldn't really eat the sausage if you know if you know how they're saying how the sausage gets made. Well, I think if you knew how the sausage gets made, you probably wouldn't want to eat them because it's quite probably a little bit gross, to be honest. It's just, you have to grind the meat, and that doesn't look that pleasant. And again, it's just really, I don't know, it's just the parts of the animal, of the pig in this case, and they put a little bacon, but not, oh, you say, oh, it's not the strip of bacon. No, it's just actually the fat, right? So I don't know, it's just sort of, part of me wants to know, but the other part doesn't want to know how the sausages get made, because it's quite, I don't know, it looks a little gross to me. Maybe it's not as gross as I am imagining, but I do not think I want to find out. I'd rather live in ignorance, and probably I think a lot of people will probably feel the same. I'd rather keep eating them. So if I want to keep eating them, best if you don't tell me exactly how this gets made. It's sort of, tell me what it has, and not even that, because I think sometimes it's just, oh my god, it tastes very good, and sometimes you don't really want to know. Don't tell me what's in this, because I think it tastes really good. So if you tell me what it is, I'm gonna be maybe on a second thought, I don't want to eat these anymore, because it's, again, when they're telling you it has, very, distinct parts of a pig, for instance, you're, oh no, don't tell me. I just want to know. I just want to eat it because it tastes good. But I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Some people are maybe a little bit less squeamish, and they don't really care about this. But I think a lot of people are probably going to be with me with, don't know. Tell me how it gets made. The other, it's, the more intense one out of this list, I would assume, is the one with the blood. These are all blood sausages. I think are just a little bit more, how do I put this? Intense flavored. Yes, they're not for the faint of heart. They're for the people that are really into quite distinct things. I think a lot of cultures do the blood sausage thing. Again, would love to find out which one's the difference between this, I can't remember the name, but between this one and the blood sausage that I know it's the blood pudding blood sausage. I think they have it I think it's in Scotland, not specifically in England. I think it's in Scotland, but however whatever it is, the case. I want to know the difference, right? Because do they taste distinct? I would assume so, but I don't know if I would dare to try them, but because it's blood, and I would imagine they're telling me, oh no, it's really good. Yes, but I don't know, it has blood, and the blood, I think it just tastes a little, I don't know, metallic. I don't know, you would taste the metal in the sausage. I don't know, this one in particular, I think it also resembles sort of a cold cut as not specifically, but I think some sort of, an Iberian ham. Again, not specifically the same, but I think it just resembles a little bit of those cold cuts that you kind of have in a spread. That, I mean, I think they're more palatable if you have them in a sort of in a charcuterie board, and there's sort of cheeses, and you have the cold cuts, and even they're very sort of a special sort of cold cuts, not just, oh, you're not putting a roll of ham. No, you're putting some special things, and this is special sausage, and this whatever. But I think I think the ones that are sort of bright red, I don't think they have blood. I think they're just they're red because they're I don't know, they have a smoky flavor to them. I'm trying to think, maybe they do have blood. I'm trying to think, I can't remember the name. I think it's Italian or Spanish. The one that's really sort of a sausage that's kind of bright red. It has a little sort of white specks of, I think it's fat. But I think they put paprika in them, hopefully, and that's what gives it the bright redness of it all, and not blood. I think actually it's not blood, because I think, this is my point. When you look at the difference between that kind of cold cut and this one that has blood, it's sort of black, and I think, again, when blood sort of, it's oxidized with the oxygen and all, it gets blacker. It's not just bright red. I think black, it's bright red when it's sort of oozing out of someone, but when you sort of do something with the blood, again, when you're cooking, obviously you're not doing stuff with blood, but I think when the blood gets cooked and stuff, it just gets blacker. I think it just oxidizes with the oxygen, and I believe that's the logic behind this. So again, it's concerning when it's quite black, because I'm thinking, oh my god, it's black because there's a lot of blood in here. So I'm concerned by the taste, and again, it's just it's the one that you eat it kind of weirdly, compared to the others, because the others are either cut up and you eat it with fries, or you eat it with potatoes, or you eat it in a bun, or you eat it sort of alone, maybe with some mustard. But in this case, the fact that you kind of cut it, again, as a cold cut, and you sort of, you make a sandwich, I think it's just a little, again, maybe people that are squeamish, stay away from this, but obviously the others, absolutely, I think it's great. What she said, if you're sort of doing a tour through Germany, go eat the sausages in each and every region, because there's going to be a distinctness to all of them, especially I think if you're visiting other cities and if you're visiting other territories, you're going to be able to sort of see, oh yeah, the sausages in this region are a little bit different from the others, from the north and whatever. I think it's really, again, it's a really a gastronomic tour. that would be, I don't know, is that a thing? I would assume. But also, I think you could also make sort of a touristy trip, and then you go and I'm just eating the sausages in each region, which I think would actually be quite a great vacation, right? Yes, you're eating a culinary tour, and it's gonna be good, right? Yeah, I'm having a lot of sausages in each region, and I'm gonna compare them, and then I'm gonna have a definite ranking and see. Obviously, very personal, but I think it would be a really good. I think it's a good excuse to travel and try the sausages over there. And that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.